Hridhaan, I struggle a lot with the difference between and the understanding of two sounds, s sound and sh sound. And here is a lesson for you. Everybody, my name is Hridhaan and I welcome you to Let's Talk. In today's lesson, we will cater to this very important question that was raised in one of the comments in one of the previous videos, the difference between s and sh sound. And here I am bringing this lesson to you at your computer screen or mobile screen. Let's get started without further ado. I have two diagrams on your right-hand side, on the right-hand side of your screen. Now, the first diagram and the second diagram. With the help of these two diagrams today, we will understand the difference between s sound and sh sound. Where is the position of our tongue? The tip of the tongue. Tip means the last end of the tongue. When you pronounce these two sounds, because the position of these two sounds will help us understand how to pronounce the words starting with s correctly and sh correctly. Let's get started. In the first diagram, you can see that the tip of the tongue is touching the lower palate of the mouth. What is lower palate? Just this part. So when you say the s sound, the tip of the tongue, which is this part, is touching the lower area of your mouth. So if you touch the tip with the lower area, let's try doing it together. Bring your lower tip of the tongue and touch it with the lower area of the mouth. And now exhale air and pronounce and exhale sound. S. S. As you exhale air, the black color is the sign of air here. As you exhale air, the sound that comes out of it is s. It can't be like h. It can be that as well. But if you struggle with s and sh, and if you pronounce one of these two sounds, s will come out. Well, if you say sh won't come because the tongue goes back a little bit when that happens. So if you do not know how to pronounce s, this diagram should help you. The tip of the tongue goes at the lower area of the mouth and it touches it at the back. For example, some words that we have that have the s sound are here on the board. I am going to say these words. I would like each one of you to please take your time, pause the video, say these words 5 times, then replay the video. Let's get started. The first word is cross. The tip is touching the lower area. This part of the mouth, inside of the mouth. Cross. Miss. Boss. Misty. Now, if you see, the s sound in the first 3 words is in the end of these words. Cross, boss, and miss. In the word misty, it comes in the middle of the word. Misty, misty, lips, this, face, practice. Now, you must be wondering, where is S here? Well, the s sound does not really depend on the S alphabet. It can be without that as well, such as in the example, practice, or face, or bounce. Please continue repeating after me. Even if it is incorrect, no problem. Just continue saying it, because there will come a time when you will say it absolutely correctly. Mouse, city, fence. One more time. When you have to pronounce the s sound, the last part, the end of the tongue, which is this part, touches the lower area of your mouth. And the sound that comes out of it as you exhale air is s. S. One more time. S. Let's now move to the second part of this lesson, the second sound, which is the sh sound. Let's first look at the diagram. As you saw in the previous example, the s sound touches the lower area. The tongue touches the lower area of the mouth. But in the sh sound, which is here, the tongue is not touching anything. The tongue is actually in the mouth like this. It's in the air. It does not touch anywhere. It could touch a couple of places and still pronounce sh sound. But if we look at the standard way in which we pronounce it, it is in air and it does not touch any place. For example, I know it is a little hard and it can become a little overwhelming, but have patience, continue following the instructions, and I'm sure you will be able to understand it. Tongue, take the tongue, and don't say the s sound. Keep the tongue in air inside of the mouth and say shh, shh. Make sure that the tip of your tongue, which is the end, does not touch any part of the mouth, and say shh, shh. As you say this, your lips contract as well, and they make a pout-like position. Shh, shh. Let's now look at a couple of words which have the sh sound. I will say these words, and I would like each one of you to please repeat these words after me. If you do not pronounce the sound correctly, no problem. There will come a time when you will pronounce it correctly if you continue practicing the position of your tongue inside of the mouth. The first one is chef. If you are still saying chef, no problem. You will come to the right point. Chef. I will take my tongue in the middle of the mouth and I will now take the sound out. Sh. F. Chef. O. Dough. Addo. Shadow. Shadow. Short. Ought. Short. Lotion. Lotion. Flash. Flash. Ish. Lish. Ticklish. One more time. Ticklish. Polish. If you're saying polish, no problem. Try not touching the tip of the tongue at any position inside of your mouth. Keep it in air. Try hovering it like this and say polish. If you say polish, you will see that the tip is touching the mouth. The task is, it's a very important practice. It's a lot of muscle work. Bring it in air and do not touch it. Just like as you can see in the diagram here. It is not touching anywhere. It's still in air. It is polish. Musician. Musician. Finish, which is most of the times misunderstood as finis, is finish. Finish. Ship. And finally, shoes. Please do take a screenshot of this part of this board and spend about 15 to 20 minutes in a closed room. Stand in front of the mirror, follow the instructions as said, and say all of these words out loud. When you see a little bit of difference in the way you're pronouncing the words with sir and sh, that's when you've got it right, and I'm sure you will. Let's now play a very interesting game. In this game, I am talking about my best friend, Sam. Well, Sam is my best friend, but he makes very bad sandwiches. All of these, here's a little story basically about Sam, and it has the sir and sh sound in it. What we'll do is, we will circle the sh sound everywhere and the sir sound everywhere. Let's get started. I'm going to say each of these sentences one by one. Each of the sentences one by one. I would like each one of you to please repeat after me. Sam owns a sandwich. Sam owns a sandwich shop. On the south side of the town. Sam's sandwiches Sam's sandwich shop. One more time. Sam's sandwich shop isn't my standard sandwich shop. One more time, please repeat after me. Sam's sandwich shop isn't my standard sandwich shop. It's a super silly sandwich. It's a super silly sandwich. It's a super silly sandwich shop. Please repeat after me. It's a super silly sandwich shop. The last sentence. Sam serves salami and sour cream. Sam serves salami and sour cream. And spicy sausages. Sam serves salami and sour cream and spicy sausage with salsa. One more time. With salsa. Let's say all of this one more time. Sam owns a sandwich shop. Please repeat after me. On the south side of the town. Sam's sandwich shop isn't my standard sandwich shop. I hope you're repeating after me. Sam's sandwich shop isn't my standard sandwich shop. It's a super silly sandwich shop. Sam serves salami and sour cream and spicy sausage with salsa. And spicy sausage with salsa. I hope this mini lesson helped you understand the difference between the sir and sh sound with the position of tongue inside of the mouth. And if you did like the lesson, I would like each one of you to please comment. And most importantly, you will not see progress at this point. You have to pause the video, sit at a quiet place, and loudly and clearly make the sir and sh sound. Remember, if you do not pronounce it, it won't come correctly. Pronounce it wrongly as well, and at one time, it will be absolutely in place. Thank you very much for being with me on this lesson, and I hope to see you in the next lesson very, very soon. God bless and take care.